Chapter 37, Seeing the Goons Again. Going back to Nahashtu, the Legion is wondering what to do next. They can go to the Sochus planet, and they can use the journey's time to try and find other alternatives. Even Amiku mentions the world of his race before his race died out. Not to mention a world of the Aroics which is also used to protect anything valuable. However, the Legion remembers from Diane's records that the Aroics are currently extinct, may be resurrected in the future by the Titanrans, so the options are low. Back to the Titanrans, Carpo tells off Vondur for belittling Pod earlier, something which Carpo never does with any race. Vondur shows some concern for who to bring back, but while also being close-minded about it, meaning Morphils are not on the list if they ever get extinct. Carpo is shocked to hear that any race they resurrect can come back to square one, even if bringing back Xiantha's race, they can be better than the era Xianthor was tied to. While Carpo tries to chat with Vondur about the Legion, Xiantha's allies jump near the Titanrans. And Ikran sees earlier that the Titanrans saw the Legion. The Titanrans try and get the goons to back off, the goons being Ikran, B, Astroidon, Ravikon, and Mollug. Carpo and Vondur try not to act like Titanrans, but the cover is already blown thanks to Ikran's epic spying skills. Listening to their conversations and witnessing their chronokinesis, Carpo and Vondur then agree to try and fight, something which happens very little in the streets of Nahashtu. They decide to fight once the goons try and attack them. Carpo and Vondur try and act peacefully to diminish this conflict. Vondur is also disappointed that being involved with the Legion is what has led them to this, making him more annoyed with the Legion. This is where a new fight starts. With the Titanrans having to defend themselves using their martial arts, without using the power of vines, otherwise it would give them away more easily, denying their precious plant-controlling powers earlier. Their form of martial arts mainly consisted of grabbing foes and slamming them into the ground, with a punch here and there. The Titanrans struggle, resulting in them getting a few hard hits and even cuts from the goons, and thankfully they are strong creatures. But the strength can only go so far. Even Mollug at one point tries to use a certain spell only for him to be whacked by Vondur before he can perform it, but this is a spell he will try again. Before the Titanrans are further injured. The Legion has been hearing this in the background as they are starting to head back to the Comet front. While the Legion isn't in the best mood, they all start to get going, seeing from afar that it's the same goons they have fought before, and seeing new foes always makes Opusnost excited. Back to the Titanrans are starting to get hurt and scared by Xiantha's allies, getting beaten by Astroidon, shot at by B, jabbed by Ikran and bitten by Ravikon, not to mention Mollug finding a spell which could kill both Titanrans. After confronting and asking where the other Titanrans are at. However, this is where the Legion comes in, and fires their projectiles to get the goons away from the Titanrans. These fatal projectiles either make the goons dodge the projectiles or hit them, making the Titanrans move away. The Titanrans take the time to recover and heal, wondering how they could fight again depending if the Legion needs their help or not. As the Legion fires at the goons, Nicole goes up to the Titanrans, seeing that they are hurt, and while she did provide first aid, the Titanrans demand that they can aid themselves. Nicole will protect the Titanrans alongside the rest of the Legion. The Legion would have to please the Titanrans enough to make them safe despite being behind small cover. As this fight goes on, Mollug, knowing about the disguise devices, sees that everyone is wearing a disguising device, something which he finds out thanks to his analytical spells. So, with the Space Ab's space, he releases a wave of energy that disarms all the disguise devices, even temporarily stunning Nicole's and Zamis' technological weapons too. While Amiku helps Zami and Nicole get their technology back on track by using some cubes to repair the technology, the devices already expose the Legion, in front of many witnesses, who have never seen a fight in a long time, so they all forget about the devices and focus on fighting the goons. Even stunning the disguise devices reveals what the Titanrans truly look like. This does shock Xiantha's allies, but the fighting with the Legion is getting their attention more. Even some of the residents of Nahashtu were unaware that the Titanrans were around, shocking some too. Even the Legion is interested in what the Titanrans truly look like. The Titanrans, their true form, are big green creatures, both muscular and chunky at the same time. Massive legs with the front legs being bigger, a long stiff dinosaur tail alongside dark green shells which he has on their back and head, not the kind of shells to tuck into, it's more like hardened skin, and even their back shells can glow whenever they use life force abilities. As both teams fight against one another, Ikran fights Opusnost, Ravicon goes for Pod, Asteroidon goes for Zami, and Amiku and Nicole are firing at both B and Mollug. Firstly, as Opusnost fights Ikran, so far, the fight is an equal match. They have similar height, strength, and fighting skills. As Opusnost shows off his abilities like his temporary invincibility and projecting an astral body, this constantly spooks Ikran to a point where Ikran starts to get intimidated by Opusnost, making Ikran lose rounds with Opusnost. In between, Opusnost does look at the Legion around him, seeing that they don't make themselves intimidating as they fight, making him wonder if Amiku is right or not. Nicole, however, is struggling to use cover as she keeps firing at either Mollug or B, but eventually, Nicole fires a grenade launcher at B, knocking him back, and making him teleport away back to the Deepar fortress. The Titanrans, however, help Nicole by manipulating some nearby vegetation to trap Mollug from behind, and before Nicole gets shot, Mollug teleports away. While the Titanrans helped, they are impressed with the Legion. It makes sense why the crowd is enjoying the action, seeing the heroes in action, and doing a decent job, not to mention the help they got earlier shows that the Legion does try to keep out for others even if they are primarily into the fighting. After Ikran teleports away after getting hurt, Opusnost then goes to help Pod, who had been struggling with Ravian as Ravicon has been on Pod's back for ages, trying not to get bitten by Ravicon, being too quick to grab hold of him. Opusnost summons one of his astral bodies to knock Ravicon off Pod, enabling Pod the chance to gain some higher ground while standing on water which slowly gushes up. This gives Pod a chance to summon various fire-based projections at Ravicon, making her run, and scared, Opusnost tries to land in front of her, nearly slashing his blades towards her. But with no help from Nicole, Ravicon gets shot and then decides to leave. Finally, Asteroidon has been challenging both Zami and Amiku. Amiku insists on being at the forefront. His cubes, however, can gather around Asteroidon to keep him on the spot and potentially crush him between two massive walls of cubes Amiku forms, not to mention the many cubes that have been thrown at Asteroidon. None of this, however, is enough against Asteroidon. He is too tough, even grabbing Amiku at one point, but that is where Zami, while waiting for the right time to strike, eventually does, providing Asteroidon with a lightning strike towards Asteroidon without zapping Amiku too. Then Zami continues to zap Asteroidon, getting closer to Asteroidon, even whacking Asteroidon multiple times, adding to the zapping. This all gets too much for Asteroidon, and before Amiku smashes multiple cubes against Asteroidon, he too teleports away, ending the fight. The Legion can drop off the life force to the Titanrans before they make their way back home on their ship, and the Legion all go back to the Comet Front to go and see the Sochus and drop off Ozona's power in the hopes that the Sochus will protect it. Both the Titanrans and the Legion discuss if they will see each other again, and they both have an open mind, but combating isn't a primary aspect of the Titanrans like it used to be, so all of them will have to wait and see. Regardless, the Titanrans thank the Legion for helping them. Seeing them as better heroes, and with the universe probably safer with them around, the Titanrans take the life, to try and quicken their progress whilst aware of the dangers. As well as this, as a whole crowd had witnessed the Legion in action. They were pleased to see the Legion save the day, praising them. Zami likes the attention. Arvin isn't keen about these changes too, despite reassurance from the others that change can provide some good things. Opusnost gets a bite of a life he never had. Amiku isn't sure about the whole situation, hoping that being with the Legion is temporary, but if he loses Opusnost, he may have less protection for himself if Opusnost wants to stay.